For decades, the Pittsburgh media had a specific filter for Beaver County. They only noticed this area when a data center was built, a bridge fell, or someone did something peculiar to attract a television helicopter. We launched Beaver County Business to push back against the shadow of that looming metropolis. The goal was to ensure this community finally had a journalistic voice of its own. Our original mission was narrow and focused. We told the stories of the entrepreneurs, the heavy industries, and the economic forces shaping neighborhoods that were built right up to the factory gates. While that mission gave the county a voice, it also created an unintended boundary. We had built a fence around our reporting, limiting our stories to what we considered strictly business news. As the publication developed, that name became an invisible barrier for everyday readers. We still had plenty of business news, but the life of the county was starting to outgrow the sign on our door. The title suggested we were written only for a specific archetype, the person who owns 3 suits, understands depreciation schedules, and eagerly attends breakfast meetings at 7:30 in the morning. We value those readers, but wanted to make room for everyone else, residents who never filed quarterly earnings and regard 7:30 as a personal accusation. A brand cannot capture a region's life if its name excludes the vast majority of people who live there. Our readers eventually forced our hand. They pushed us beyond economic metrics, demanding coverage of local architecture, food, and the ordinary peculiarities of life along the Ohio, Beaver, and Shenango rivers. They were interested in the businesses of today, but they also enjoyed revisiting the vanished ones, like the neighborhood automobile dealers that defined our local streets decades ago. They asked for deep dives into vanished boroughs and the old trolley parks that once served as the county's primary transit network. They craved the bizarre stories that didn't fit a corporate ledger, like the time a massive airship drifted over a waving crowd, or the strange history of green bananas. Human beings are far too diverse to fit cleanly beneath a single business banner. To capture a community's true identity, we had to embrace the messier, more interesting reality of how people actually live. We chose the name Beaver County Almanac to reflect a new philosophical approach to our journalism. Historically, an almanac is a broad collection of facts, history, forecasts, and practical advice. It is designed to be useful without being solemn, and informative without requiring the reader to wear a necktie. This doesn't mean we are abandoning our roots. Business reporting remains a central responsibility because the commerce found on our rivers and rail lines still dictates the county's survival. The opening of a new restaurant or the closing of a major plant affects all of us. These are community events that matter regardless of whether or not you carry a business card. The almanac format allows us to range more widely, covering the life of this county in all its interconnected dimensions. We view history as a living map. We use our past to understand exactly how we arrived at the present, rather than pinning the county behind museum glass just to admire what it used to be. We want to recover stories that have nearly disappeared from local memory and analyze past changes to help us understand where this community is heading next. While our scope is broader, our core standards remain. We are dedicated to accurate, ethical journalism rooted in an affection for Beaver County and a genuine sense of curiosity. Our commitment to the county remains constant through this transition. We are here to cover this place as it was, as it is, and as it might yet become. To do this well, we need your help. The Almanac belongs to the people who read it, share it, and criticize it. Tell us which people and institutions deserve more attention. Identify the local problems we should examine and the traditions we ought to preserve. The best stories rarely begin with a press release. They start with a note from a local resident that begins, "You may be interested to know." Welcome to the inaugural issue. Take a look around, tell us what you think, and help us build a publication worthy of the place we call home.